Hey, it says welcome back. Fake Levolution leak from April, new comments from David Goldfarb about Battlefield 6, and so much more in this video. If you're new here, hey, my name is Ace. I play every Battlefield game until Battlefield 6 launches, and I cover Battlefield 6 extensively. So if you want to keep in touch with the game and just enjoy some good old Battlefield gameplay, then please consider leaving a like, comment, and a subscription for future content. Let's start with David Goldfarb comments. These comments are about 2 weeks old. I found this on a German site. I just wasn't paying attention when it was released. So he said this before he said the stuff he said a couple days ago when he basically just slammed the class development. So perhaps his opinion changed, but let's check it out. What does the former developer have to say about the leaks? David Goldfarb reposted one of the leaks on X and commented, "Oh, the Bad Company 2 vibes I'm experiencing here remind me of the first time we tested Arica Harbor. Arica Harbor was a popular map from Battlefield Bad Company 2, which was released in 2010. I mean, I love Arica Harbor, I love the original, I don't like it so much in Portal, but the original was a very, very fun map. It had a lot of kills to do on that map, always action happening on that map. Goldfarb himself worked on the successful title, which is among the installments of the series with the best user rating according to Metacritic. Arga Harbor features a desert with a highway and a border checkpoints as well as a city with house and construction sites before leading to the namesake of Industrial Harbor. I'm wondering where exactly is he seeing Arica Harbor in the Battlefield 6 leaks, like on Battery maybe? Like, or Abbasid, if we're talking about the bridge like Abbasid or something? Not sure. I personally really didn't see Arica Harbor elements anywhere, so you guys let me know how you feel about that. After that, Golfer provided 2 points of criticism regarding the gameplay leaks he saw 2 weeks ago. The first one, he says, the movements look a bit strange to me. And if I had to guess here, I'm thinking he's talking about the animations, which are truly not that great looking. However, we have to keep in mind this is from 2 weeks ago. And I would say the animations that we saw last week look better than the one we saw from 2 or 3 weeks ago. So perhaps he would have a different opinion today. But back then, 2 weeks ago, he thought that they look a little bit strange. And I will comment about the animations a little bit further personally. I truly don't know what happened to Frostbite Engine. I know Battlefield 2042 was on Frostbite Engine, but it just doesn't look like Frostbite Engine. Just missing some of the polish of animations and some of the more realistic movement animations we had in Frostbite. I'm not sure why that happened. Did they just really don't give a fuck anymore with Battlefield 2042 because it was a Corona game that didn't have proper access to Frostbite Engine to really develop proper animations? They couldn't go in studio to record mocap animations with, a actor who does motion capture. I don't know, but something is off. And I have to admit, in Battlefield 6, it's again this off plastic feeling for me personally. Yes, I know it's a pre-alpha, but like Golfer, I do agree with him that they look strange, even in alpha. Battlefield 3 alpha animations didn't look strange to me, guys. And neither did the BF4 ones, or the BF5 ones. So, yeah. And then he says, I can't say that I like the character design, as it seems very generic. I think this is some Bad Company 2 bias speaking in him. I'm personally completely fine with generic character design. I don't want to know anything about the soldier I'm playing. I don't want to know how many kids he has, where he comes from, his name, nothing. When I'm assuming the control of that soldier is just me, it's Ace Battlefield on Battlefield. Don't give a fuck about the soldier. Personally, let me know how you feel about these guys. I know a lot of people don't like these named soldiers and their biographies and cutscenes and whatever, but there are also people who liked them, and they're probably going to sell skins to those people who really don't like the generic soldier feeling. If you were around back in April, you would have maybe remembered this Levolution leak that most of us reported on. For example, there would be a landslide affecting terrain and visibility on Capstone, and on Aftermath there would be a central building collapsing, and on Abbasid there would also be some event, but it was placeholder, and then the leaker said that all events were disabled during recent testing, confirming they are being prepared for future activation. This has now been debunked by Vanik and Temporal, who now say that this is a fake leak. Here's a post from Vanik. He said this was a fake data mining post by someone on the 2043 server, which gets reposted every once in a while. There is no hint to anything of this in the files. I've also asked Temporal to make sure, and he confirmed that this is not coming or part of the client. And I think it makes sense that Battlefield 6 does not have Levolution. I think Battlefield 6 has some pretty good destruction already, and I think putting Levolution in the mix there might actually ruin the experience rather than enhance it. And I think some people maybe misremember the purpose of Levolution in Battlefield 4. It had two main purposes. The first purpose was obviously the marketing purpose. They were wanting to sell you the game with that massive Siege of Shanghai trailer that everybody from here to Africa basically saw. And then the second point was they didn't really have real destruction in Battlefield 4. It had destruction similar to BF3 levels, a little bit better, but it was Levolution which was replacement for destruction. They scripted event that most servers, even today, still ban you for if you collapse the building on Siege of Shanghai. In some instances, even some high-end resort servers really don't want that you mess with the hotel side buildings. So, yeah. And I have to be honest, guys, for me personally, I really don't like when there is too much destruction in Battlefield games. I adapted to Battlefield 5 destruction, and of course I will adapt to BF6 destruction, no problem. I'm a good enough player to adapt to any environment. But if I could pick a Battlefield game which had just enough destruction for me, I think it would be, honestly, Battlefield 3. I like when maps have hard cover, because I always felt that if we're spawning in and there's 5 dedicated people on each team running around, purposely destroying buildings before we are even fighting in them, at what point does destruction become more of abuse rather than being used as a gameplay thing which just happens spontaneously? Shifting the topic of the video here, guys, I've been playing these dead Battlefield games now for over 8 months, and I think I really need a little bit of a break here. And recently, because of the surge of popularity in Star Wars Battlefront 2, a game I truly enjoy, and I've been playing it since launch basically, has made me play that game again. And I was thinking, I mean, it is an EA DICE game, it is on Frostbite engine, it is a Battlefield type game. I mean, it is a combined arms game. It has been made by the people who made Battlefield 1, who made Battlefield 5. It is a very good game in my humble opinion. Would you be interested in watching some of Star Wars Battlefront 2 content as well? It would just be strictly used as background gameplay, as you're seeing right here on Battlefield 5, for example. Nothing of that. We would still, of course, only talk about Battlefield in videos that do feature Star Wars Battlefield gameplay. But I have to be honest, guys, it's been pretty rough playing Battlefield lately. I have now leveled my 3rd or 4th account on Battlefield 5, on BF3, on BF4, and just the very minuscule amount of servers that are available on some of these Battlefield games get me banned pretty quickly from all of them. And none of the Battlefield games are on sale right now, and I just honestly don't feel like dropping cash, 20-30 euro, to get banned in like 2 seconds again on all Battlefield 3, BF4, BF1, and remaining Battlefield 5 servers. So I do play these games, of course, still every day when I can find a server that is available, but there's also been a surge of cheaters in Battlefield 5 and BF1, which do crash the official servers, because this is what they do, and that's not to say there aren't cheaters in Star Wars Battlefront as well. But that has basically made it a bit harder for me to collect Battlefield footage on a regular basis as I have before this surge of cheaters came back into Battlefield, unfortunately. That has basically left me 2 options here, guys. I go and play Battlefield 2042 like every other creator, and then we all just have the same type of gameplay content for you guys. And I personally think Battlefield 2042 is absolutely boring to watch and play. I would play it, of course, if I have to. But I feel like you guys might enjoy watching Star Wars Battlefront 2 more than you want to watch Battlefield 2042. Leave me your feedback about this topic in the comment section. It would really mean a lot to me. This topic is quite important to me. So yeah, if you enjoyed watching this video, then please leave a like and a comment if you're a regular sub. If you're new here and you like watching some Battlefield 5 gameplay, you enjoyed the topics I talked about, and you like me in general, then consider subscribing as well. I post a lot of videos per week. And I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully there's going to be a playtest on Friday, so we're going to have more leaks to talk about. And I'll see you then. There's going to be a video before Friday, of course, just letting you know what might happen on Friday. I'll see you then. Take it easy. Bye-bye.